Now, the RP Blu Girls are all set for their latest assignment in China this month, the 2025 Women's Softball Asia Cup from July 14th to the 20th. But before they go to Xi'an, we have the Blue Girls right here in the studio live. Now, joining us here are Coach Ann Antolihao, Team Captain Charlotte Sales, and Mylia Perez. It's a beautiful day, ladies. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, let's start off first with yung mga preparations po ninyo. Of course, going into this softball in the Philippines feels like it's rising, feels like it's getting better. It feels like I've covered a few of your games in the past that naging emotionally invested ako because it's always so close yet not quite there sa Asian level in particular.
Yes.
How are we now?
Ang preparation po na ginawa po natin this time, sir, is after po ng UAAP. So we have a training camp po na ginawa sa Korea na sinolder po lahat ng Korea, which is a good opportunity po para sa atin. And after po nun, pagbalik po ng Pilipinas, nag-start na po kami ng whole day training, and then last 2 weeks po, dumating po ang films to join po the training.
You know, it's perfect kasi I also want to talk about yung team composition ninyo. And I'll start off with si Charlotte because Charlotte's the team captain, if I'm not mistaken, team captain, right? And she was so caring for her teammates that as soon as before she sat down, hey, Mylia only understands English, okay? So, I mean, like making sure that you're taking care of each other. But Charlotte, how do you lead this group? Because syempre, if you have a group wherein may mga local talent and then you have to mix in yung mga foreign-based talent all of a sudden, may konting language barrier, nosebleed on both sides. How do you manage?
Sa akin naman po, hindi naman na po siya ganun kahirap kasi nga before pa po, nagkakaroon na rin po kami talaga ng PhilAm. So, yung locals po tsaka PhilAm, talagang magkasundo rin naman po. Ayun naman po yung gusto namin sa mga PhilAm namin ngayon kasi talaga nakikibanding po sila and sinabi po namin na parang bear with us kasi nga syempre may language barrier. Pero overall naman po, maganda naman yung pinakita ng bawat isa. Maganda rin po yung chemistry namin na nabuo po namin this 1-week training camp. Kasama po namin sila. Mas maganda naman po yung naging samahan ng team.
Yeah. And of course, Mylia, now in a language you understand.
Of course.
When we take a look at your experience here so far, and of course the choice of representing the Philippines. I mean, like I always talk to PhilAm athletes or foreign-based Filipinos who come into the Philippines to represent the country. It means a lot to them considering how much heritage actually means to them, especially when you're based overseas. So how was that process like for you, deciding to represent the Philippines?
I think it was just truly an easy decision. I think just with Filipinos in general, I mean, even when you meet a Filipino anywhere in the States, there's a sudden connection already immediately. So I think just being able to be given the opportunity to represent the Philippines, I think it was just a no-brainer to be able to come here and even reconnect with my heritage because, you know, sometimes growing up with the States, I think sometimes it's harder to connect with your heritage. And so being able to come back and connect with the locals and even be able to create that connection with them, I think is just truly a blessing.
How's the connection in the camp?
Connection camp? I think it's truly easy to connect with them, even with this language barrier. They're truly loving, and even with this language barrier, the world of softball and the game really connects us because I just think the team aspect just really brings us together.
Now we're showing you pictures here from the LED, and you know what? The group looks super tight. It really does. Coach, gaano ka-importante yung chemistry ng grupo? Because obviously it's so easy to just bring in the best talent together, but then it's another thing to bring in a great team into the competition. 1 week, 2 weeks is not really a very long time, pero kumusta naman yung samahan and of course playing the way that they should for this competition?
Actually naman po, sir, simula nung pagdating nila, ang gaan po agad eh. Hindi siya mahirap talaga na nagkaisa po agad sila kasi yung locals po, willing po na i-accept sila. Well, the PhilAm, in-accept din po sila na kaya ang bilis po magkaisa po nung lahat nung pagdating po nila. So, hindi mo makikita na may group, wala po. As in, makikita mong as one po talaga sila nung pagkadating po.
Charlotte, 4th place ata last time around in the same tournament. And of course, looking to improve, trying to step on that podium. When you take a look at yung progress of the team coming from that group in particular, saan tayo ngayon?
Kasi sir, masasabi ko talaga nung last na Asian Games, Chinese Taipei din po talaga kasi yung kalaban eh. And ayun po yung talagang pinaka-heartbreaking na part sa aming lahat. So, alam mo yun, nandun na po yung grit ng bawat isa, nandun na yung drive namin na manalo talaga ngayon eh. Talagang pinaghandaan po namin, sir. Starting pa lang po last month, talagang nag-whole day na kami ng training. Alam mo yun, nakita ko po yung puso ng bawat isa na, alam mo yung gustong-gusto po talaga naming manalo ngayon. Kasi talagang ayaw na namin masaktan ulit eh. So talagang pinilit namin yung mga sarili namin na ibigay talaga lahat sa preparation na to.
Asian Games in China, right?
Yes.
I was there. My heart broke with all of you. Kasi grabe yun. For those who don't remember what happened, just look back at what happened in the Asian Games because honestly, it was so close yet so far.
Yes, sir.
But when we talk about, Mylia, when you talk about the quality that you see here, a lot of people are surprised to know and find out that the Philippines actually has a surprisingly deep connection of both softball and baseball.
Of course,
When you look at that connection, when you take a look at the quality here, were you surprised with the quality that we do have here in terms of the talent and, of course, the potential that we have?
Of course. I think coming here from the States, I actually was truly surprised to see the amount of talent that we had. I think all the girls are really gritty and even show skills that I am able to learn and I want to take back to the States and learn from them as well. And I think all of them just showed true heart, and I think the dedication and hard work that I see from the locals are just, it's truly impressive. And I think even being able to see the connections between the national teams of, you know, the men's softball team, the men's baseball, and then the women's baseball. I think all of us are truly intertwined, truly hoping to support one another in order for us to win and compete.
Charlotte, is there any pressure considering na, okay, we were so close last time, 4th place tayo, and you're going into the next one trying to improve, and of course, there's always changing parts sa team, sa staff, even with the reinforcements coming in. Is there any pressure in particular to reach a certain level, especially personally speaking? Kasi alam ko competitive kayong lahat.
Siyempre sir, hindi naman po talaga mawawala yung pressure. Pero this month po talagang inaral din po namin yung mga mental namin, like kung paano namin ma-handle yung pressure pagdating namin sa game. Kasi siyempre talagang alam din po namin sa sarili namin na kailangan din namin talaga mag-perform this time. Kailangan namin mag-podium finish. So talagang nandun pa rin siya, pero parang ngayon sir, alam na namin kung paano siya i-handle.
You know, Coach, she brought up a good point, the whole mental aspect. Because I've covered a lot of national teams throughout my career, and I remember noticing that softball is probably the one that really takes yung mental coaching and then yung psychological coaching extremely seriously, to the point that I remember someone came to bat and nag-meditate siya alongside one of the staff members there right before she went in. And it is a big part of yung coaching po ninyo. How has that part of the game impacted the way that softball has grown, yung national team natin?
Kasi po, actually, nandun po yung skills. Andyan na po yan. So, more on mentally po talaga pagdating na po sa field. So, ang ginagawa po ngayon namin is may psych session po sila every TTH para po ma-practice po yung mental nila, kung paano po i-handle yung pressure, kung paano po yung mga quick decision po nila, kung ano po yung gagawin nila. So, may ganong session po kami for them every TTH po.
Gaano ka-importante the fact that you know you can match up skill level-wise compared to the other countries. But then, kasi nakita natin minsan may konting paralysis kapag lumalaki yung mga moment.
Yes,
so, how important is it to break that down and of course, having confidence in yung mga players niyo?
Actually po, sir, wait lang.
Kaya mo yan. Oo. May konting paralysis din.
Opo. Siyempre po, sa ganun nga pong mga sitwasyon na may mga mahirap po talaga, like yung mga quick decision po talaga nila na kailangan gawin during the game po is, like yun yung kailangan ma-practice nila po talaga, kung paano talaga magawa yung mga quick decision during the game, like yung mga quick play, mga ganun.
Yeah. Mylia, is there any culture shock for you since you came in?
Any culture shock? Honestly, I think there wasn't really a culture shock, more of like a weather shock. I think coming here from the States. I think from the first practice, the locals even noticed every minute. They're like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I had I think 2 nosebleeds during practice. I have no idea, but I think culture shock wise, I think honestly everything you expected. I think the culture, sometimes translates very easily to the States, but I think the biggest thing for the Philiams that they could talk about is probably the humidity here
Yeah.
and the heat. But as we talked about, you guys, like the mental aspect, being able to push through that, I think is what helped us train and the support of our girls as well.
Charlotte, sorry, how do you teach them to get used to yung weather natin? Parang ang hirap.
Oo nga, sir. Parang lagi na lang namin sinasabi sa kanila na minsan dun muna sila sa shade. Kasi talagang sobrang init po, hindi sila sanay. Kami naman po okay na
Nakabilad
sa
kayo
amin.
dun.
Talagang inom din talaga ng madaming tubig.
Okay, so we're going into this next tournament again with high expectations. Coach, I'll start off with you. What can we expect from this group? At ano yung mga realistic target po ninyo in this particular tournament?
So, ang target po talaga this time, sir, is maka-podium finish po talaga. Kasi ang goal po this time is makalaro po kami sa World Cup. Yes po.
Okay, Charlotte, again, super disappointing last time around. Heartbreaking, heart-wrenching. Everyone was in tears, I remember,
Yes,
after
sir.
that last game against Chinese Taipei. When we talk about redemption, gaano ka-importante yung redemption para sa inyo, knowing that you came from being so close?
Yes, sir. Talagang yung, alam mo yung gigil. Andito na talaga yung gigil namin, lalo na sa Chinese Taipei na lagi naming nakakalaban sa bronze medal game. So talagang nararamdaman ko naman yung team na talagang gustong-gusto namin makuha yun. So feeling ko naman talagang magpe-perform din kami this time kasi gusto namin, nasa puso din namin to.
And Mylia, there is always an added expectation when it
Of
comes
course.
to foreign-based reinforcements coming in,
course,
because for whatever reason, in terms of the competition that you have over there, in terms of the development that you come in to help give them a boost. So when you bring that in, knowing that expectation,
Right.
and knowing that you are now fully into the culture, even with the weather and even
Of
with
course.
all of the weird stuff the team does together, I don't know what they are. Just how confident are you in this group in particular?
I am super confident. I think this week and this past week has even had me grow more in confidence with each other, just being able to see how well we work as a team and how much improvement we have had from each practice. And I think what's really nice is our talents mend really well with each other. And I think one thing about this group is the versatility we have, the ability to be able to play multiple positions and be in places where we need to be at the right time. And I think this team will make the best effort in order to make the podium finish, and I think we really can this year.
All right, we're gonna wrap things up here, but before we let you all go, Charlotte, bilang captain, your message to supporters of Philippine softball, baseball, mga casual fans and hardcore ones, looking forward to what you will do in China very soon.
Yes, first of all, syempre gusto ko lang din po magpasalamat sa aming boss, Sir John. Maraming salamat po sa suporta niyo since the very start. And also sa mga sumusuporta po sa aming Blue Girls, maraming salamat din po. At ipinapangako po namin sa inyo na i-uwi po namin yung medalya dito sa Pilipinas.
Ooh, I like that. You understood that, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, no. They promised to
important
bring home
parts.
the medal to the Philippines, a podium finish, and of course, hoping to make yung World Cup.
Yes po.
Absolutely. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here today.
you.
We're so excited for what you will do. The RP Blu Girls, ladies and gentlemen. We just had Coach Ann Antolihao, Team Captain Charlotte Sales, and Mylia Perez. Thank you so much for joining us, girls.
Thank you
Appreciate
po.
it.